Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. On my last video I showed you guys how to set up your Facebook pixel events with iOS 14, and today I'm going to show you how to actually set up a campaign from scratch. We're going to start from the very beginning, so if you're a beginner, continue watching through. I'll be walking through some basic fundamentals, so even if you have prior knowledge, this video might actually help you. We're going to walk through the simplest way possible today. What this video is basically trying to tell you is, will Facebook ads work for you and your business? We'll also help you justify if it's worth learning more, or if you want to spend time into hiring someone who can actually do this for you. Before we actually get started, there's a couple of things to note before you start doing Facebook ads. You need to make sure that you have a great product that will actually work with Facebook ads. Facebook ads is great for something that's aesthetic and can actually display your problem to the ideal consumer. You need to also make sure you've got good creative, so this includes good picture and video content that you can use to create ads. And also the final thing is, once you've got good creatives, you need to have a good landing page where people will land. You also need to make sure it's optimized for mobile, as I'm pretty sure like 70% of users these days are coming through from mobile. So what I'm going to walk through now is an end-to-end setup with Shopify and how to connect your Facebook ads onto your current Shopify account. So we'll go into online store, click preferences, and from here Shopify have made it quite easy for you to actually set it up. So down where it shows Facebook pixel, we want to go ahead and click set up Facebook, and this will prompt you to actually download the sales channel, which is a Facebook sales channel that they've just added this year actually. So once you've added the Facebook sales channel, you come onto a page something like this. This is where you connect your Facebook account. You want to make sure this is the account that's associated with your business manager. If you don't have a business manager, you can simply Google business manager on Google, and it will give you an option to create an actual account. From there you can actually go ahead and make an ad account and assign your Facebook page to that ad account. And then you want to keep scrolling down here and fill out the rest of the information like Facebook target country, and then go ahead and accept the terms and conditions. Once you've gone through the basic setup, you want to go ahead and actually test it out on your online store. So once you come to your page, you'll actually have a Chrome extension you can download, which is a Facebook Pixel Helper. And once you've installed the Pixel, it will come up over here and it will show a tick next to it. I can show a brief example of something with my current brand. When you land on it, it will show that it's got a pixel associated with it. So now once you've got your pixel all set up on your new account, you want to head back to Facebook Ads Manager, and from here I'll actually go through creating a rough campaign, something I think that's great for beginners and is a good starting point to figure out where your product can go, and also to collect some good data. So the structure I usually follow when it comes to creating a quick campaign is, I'll create one campaign, one ad set, and then 3 ads from that one ad set. So we can go ahead and actually create one here. If you're an e-commerce, your main goal should be conversions. If you're doing something else and you want to start with brand awareness, maybe warm up the pixel, or if you want to traffic to a particular landing page, it can vary. So for this one, we're just going to stick with conversions. And for the naming, I usually like to go with something like the date, so the 17th, and then I like to choose the objective, and then I usually have either top of funnel or just a product in particular. That way it just makes it more clear, and you can actually see if you have multiple campaigns, you can actually go through the date and the product for that particular campaign, and then from there the ad set will be your interests. This can also be, so we can do like Gymshark or something like that, and this is all just naming convention at the moment. And then your ad would be either an image ad or a video ad, depending on what creative you have. You can name it to that. So for this example, we'll just have image ad number 1, and we'll click continue. So this is what it'll look like once you've gone ahead and created it. It comes to this landing page here where it shows you your campaign name, objective, and an option to turn on CBO. We don't want to turn this off at the moment since we're just testing and we want to collect data, and we also want to be in control of the budget that we provide to each ad set. So if we go to the next layer, which is the ad set layer, over here we can actually start doing some targeting, and also it tells you everything to do with your budget and schedule. So when it comes to targeting, you want to decide where you want to actually send your ads, to what location. So I usually start off with 5 countries, so United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand and Canada. I've just found those perform the best, and then once I've found something that works well in those audiences, I branch out from there. So now that we've got the basic structure underway, I'll actually show you how to add an interest to an ad set. So over here, if you want to add Gymshark, we can just add it. The potential reach will be quite high. That is because of the detailed targeting expansion ticked. I found this works great for me to tick it and let it run. And then from there I can see, if it works for a broader audience, that means it's going to work for a narrow audience. But it is different for every marketer. Some people like testing without it. If you test without it, your audience size will decrease, but you can also go ahead and add more countries if needed, or change some other targets and add some more interest onto it, and that will increase the audience. So this is something I forgot to mention actually. When you actually at the top of your ad set, you'll have your Facebook pixel here. It will be integrated, I just haven't done it for this ad account. But what will happen is it will give you an option to choose an event, which will be a conversion event if your campaign objective is conversions. And then we just go ahead and choose purchases. You can choose add to cart as well, but that means Facebook will just look for people who are optimizing for add to cart instead of purchases, which is not what we need at this stage if you're just starting off on a fresh campaign. So once you've got your interests ready, we can go ahead and specify some other things as well. So we can add, we can change the age to 20 and narrow it down even more. This again depends on what your persona is and who your target audience is. You can go ahead and change it and Facebook will show you your potential reach. I also sometimes add the English language, but it's really not necessary unless you're targeting foreign countries. Most people actually use manual placements, but I tend to keep it to automatic placements and let Facebook do its thing with the algorithm. So once that's all done, we go to the next page, which is where the creative aspect comes in. So you want to choose the Facebook page and the Instagram page that matches your the product you want to promote. So once you've got that sorted, for the moment we'll just use a basic one. You want to go ahead and choose the creatives you want to run. Once you've chosen your Facebook and Instagram page, we can go ahead and create the creative. For this purpose, it is going to be an image ad, so we can go ahead and add an image. We do have existing copy here, or we can go ahead and upload new copy, new creative. So for example, if we just use this as a practice one, it will show you a preview of the layout on what it's going to look like on different placements. And this is where you add your primary text. So So this is what your primary text will be, and then your headline will be whatever you've chosen to write for your headline, and it will look something like this. Once you've decided on your copy and your call to action, then you can go ahead and add the website URL, and once everything's starting to look much cleaner, we can also duplicate this 2 more times, since we're going with the layout of 1 ad set to 3 ads. And then you go here and then you simply change the media to another image, and then we change the image name, or we can go ahead and actually add a video. And it's always good to test for both types of creatives. And also I always test for carousels. I've noticed carousels are performing very well these days, so I do recommend one image ad, one carousel, and a video ad at least. So once you've done all that, the final thing we're going to cover for this basic tutorial is actually the budget and the schedule. So the budget actually depends from person to person once again. A basic rule of thumb is to spend 3 times of your average order value to get some type of decent data to figure out whether or not it will work. So if you have a if your average order is $100, you want to spend 3 times that, so $300, in order to figure out, is your product going to be worth to put more money into, and is it going to be scalable? So what I usually do with testing purposes on a small budget, I usually go $5 a day for an ad set, and then create 10. So I'll have a $50 a day budget, and I'll let it run for maybe a week, and see how it performs. And during that week I have certain indicators and data points that I look at to turn particular ad sets off and or create new ad sets based on the data. In order to do something like that, once you've created your ad set here, we can go ahead and duplicate and just click 9. What Facebook will do now is create 9 similar ad sets according to the first one you've created. And then from here we can go ahead and test out different audiences, so something similar like particular brands, or we can target particular people who associate with the brand. There's so many different targeting options that you can look at, and I would highly recommend you set this up before you actually hop onto Facebook Ads Manager, so you get a rough idea of what you're going to be targeting and who your persona is, or who your ideal customer is. So that's all we'll be going through today. If there was anything that was confusing, if I was going too fast or too slow, please let me know. I'll definitely improve for next time. If there's anything else you want me to go through or have any questions, please comment below, and yeah, I look forward to it.